Welcome back, guys, to ESOTERICFERN. I finally got my mic. The Lifepath 4 video I did, or the 3 Lifepath. No, it was 4th Lifepath. The quality was shitty because it was too windy where I was at, but I got this my first time trying it. Even though it's not windy right now, we're gonna see how if it works when I'm editing. I don't know. It looks cool, it came with this little fuzzy thingy. But today we are talking about Lifepath 7, and today is a 7-day /9. And when I say /9, it's because it's the 18th of the month, so you add 1 plus 8, that's 9. But overall, the day is July 18, 2025. If you break it down, you're gonna end up with a 7. And we'll start with the positives, and then we'll go to the negatives. Because every number has a positive, negatives. Not every number is the same, or it's all good, or one number is all bad. It's like yin and yang. But we'll start with the positives. So the positives I can say about 7 is they can be intellectual people. They can be analytical too, and they're really good at researching. And 7s, like, I guess you can say they're nerds, but you don't really have to be a nerd. This just means that you're really smart. You can be a 7 and be a really great boxer, which there's a lot in boxing. And boxing, it requires requires IQ, like fighting IQ. Like, it's like a chess match in boxing compared to like MMA. If you look at MMA, it's mixed martial arts, which 9s, there's a lot of 9s and 3s in there, but there's some 7s too as well. But boxing definitely can help. A 7 can definitely thrive there. But 7s are really good researchers. You can research anything, to be honest. Your brain is like a sponge. Same with 9s. They're like similar in a way when it comes to research and stuff. You can research how to make money. You just gotta put in the work, research how to build muscle. If you're a 7 and want to get strong, or like a bodybuilder, powerlifter, whatever, you do your research. You see how bodybuilders count their calories, how they do this, that, how many meals they eat. They look at someone's life. They research, like Arnold Schwarzenegger. I think I said it right. But they research him, like what he did to gain all that muscle and all this stuff. And financially too, like, you can research ways you can make more money by just researching. Yeah, they're really good researchers. 7s can be loners though. The energy, like, it's not even because they want to be alone, but or people want to leave them alone. It's just like 7s, I don't know how to say it, but they're like kind of like energy vampires though. Like, I know 7, when I'm around them, like, I kind of feel drained. Yeah, like, at 7s can be energy vampires, and maybe that's why some people want you to leave, wants you to be alone, or they just leave you alone. Or like 7s, they just want to be alone. They're like loners. They just want to be by themselves. Like, they're not really that type of people to be like in parties and stuff, like big social groups. Sometimes they're forced, and they always want to escape. There's those type of 7s. And then there's 7s that that they can't really talk well. They're like slow. They talk slow. Like, so much is going on in their brain that, like, they can say anything, but their brain is not at the same speed as their mouthpiece. Like I kind of have that problem because I'm born at 7 a.m. and the seventh month of the year, which is July. And but you know, some sevens can actually improve with their speaking abilities, which again, like I said earlier, they research, you know, they research how to speak, they practice, they put in the work, they study, they learn the knowledge about, you know, having charisma, stuff like that. I would suggest, if you're a 7, get with the 11, because 11, they have the natural charisma, they naturally have a mouthpiece, and if they don't, then that's like they're not tapping into the energy. And 7s are really they can observe stuff really good. They, when it comes to details or like body language, stuff like that, they can bring they can have natural wisdom. Like they might like hanging out with older people than compared to people their own age, because they just have that natural wisdom. They feel like they're like older souls, which I think they might be on the older souls compared to the other numbers from 1 through 9. And 7s can be mysterious, you know, like they're just right there, like absorbing everything. And sometimes, like, oh, that's my dog right there, guys. I'm at the dog park right now. I just came from the gym. Yeah. Oh, yeah. But if you're 7 and you feel like stressed out and like being around social groups, then you should go somewhere, isolate yourself. You know, they love to think. Put a video on YouTube, like right now, like search up what 7s likes to do, like I'm saying right now. What else? Oh yeah, they can overthink a lot, you know, because 7s, they're always in their brain, they're always overthinking stuff, you know, like even if it sounds so good that, you know, like everything's going great, you know, the day is going great, but then like all of a sudden one thought, and then they start overthinking, you know. And they can be perfectionisms too, like they want everything to be perfect. So if you're a 7 and you do this stuff like overthinking or try to be perfect, like don't overthink it. Just, you know, do you research, I would say, is the best. And 7s can get hurt, guys. Like it's a number associated with injuries, like illness and stuff like that. So I would suggest, oh well, this is the negative stuff, by the way, guys. I don't know if I mentioned this, but you should take care of your health. And then there's another thing right there, like you can research health, like research what's good for your body type, because everyone's different, you know. I can't tell you like, oh, this is gonna be good for you. It just depends on the person, what's best for them. And, you know, your body type, are you tall or short, are you fat right now or skinny, are you anorexic or overweight, you know, stuff like that, you know. And your background too, your race, like what stuff that's healthy that comes from your culture, and what stuff that's like not healthy for you, you know. And 7s, they like to escape reality, because, you know, they got that tendency to they just want to escape everyone. They want to be left alone, which, you know, that's when drugs come in place. I'll suggest to, you know, don't do drugs, especially since 7 is associated with injuries and health and illness. You know, you don't want to be an alcoholic or be you know, I would say not, I mean, if you, I was gonna say pothead, but you know, there's some people that like, if you smoke, they might help with your creativity side, your creative side, or like you might feel focused. But you know, there's other people that they don't do really good with smoking weed. So I guess just not overdo it, right? You know, because like even water, if you drink too much water, that shit is not good for your health. What else? Yeah, sevens, like depending on what day you're born. So let's say you're a 7 life path and you're born on the 1st, you can research like people that are great leaders in this world, like people you look up to, that you want to be, look up to them, you want to research about them. One, like, so if one, you gotta have a mouthpiece. So, and 7 and 1s have something in common, and they're in the same shrine, which is 714 or 147, which is the common thing they have between each other is that they like being alone. They're like independent. You can research independent business, how to be a leader. You know, you're the boss and you get the employees. Now let's say you're a 7 life path born on the 2nd or the 20, which 2nd and 20 is like 11. So what you want to do is how you can bring peace to people around you. You know, let's say like someone's fighting, how can you bring peace between them? You know, how to have a mouthpiece like an 11. 20 and 2 is like a more like a feminine energy, and 11 is more like a male energy. So depending on what day you're born, whether it's the 2nd, the 20th, or the 11th, I would see how you can tap into your feminine side if you're born on the 2 or the 20th, and how you can tap into your male side, which is the 11th. All right, now let's go 7 life path born on the 3rd. The 3rd has to do with creativity, again with the mouthpiece, but like it's more like a mix of mouthpiece and your creative side. Like you can research how you can learn like how to draw something. Like people can't really draw like you know, you see those videos on TikTok or YouTube shorts, like how people do like portraits like just with a pencil, and you're like, what? How do you do that? You know, like you can research how to do that. Color pencils, 3D art, or like just research how to edit videos. You know, like how can I edit this video? How can I do it the way I want to do it? Like how do you visualize it, and then how can you edit it the way you visualize it, right? Now 7-4, you know, again 7 and 4 in the same shrine. 7 is like, there's a saying like, work smarter not harder, you know. So maybe you want to research how to work smarter to make a lot of money than compared to like how to work harder and make less money, you know. So work smarter not harder. 7 and 4, if you have that, you should tap into that, depending on what business you're in or whatever, what job you're in, you know. Research that. Work smarter not harder. 7-5, again, entertainment. Research the entertainment industry, whether it's music, dancing, TV soaps, how to be an actor, like what do actors do, how do they attend, how do they get in movies, like what do they have to do to be able to be part of the entertainment business, like TV shows, podcasts. And then 7-6, you know, 7-6 has to do, I mean, real estate, or like has to do like if you want to have your own farm, animals, what type of food you gotta feed them, stuff like that. 7A, like how do you make money, how do you get power. And then 7-9 is, man, if you got 7 and 9, you probably a smart ass mother effer, because those both numbers has to do with intelligence and smartness and wisdom and knowledge. So honestly, you can do whatever. I know a lot of 9s are in MMA, and then 7s got a lot of 7s in boxing. So if you like combat sports like UFC, boxing, if you're into that stuff, then I wouldn't be surprised. 9s has to do with like technology too, so you can study how to make money online. Yeah. And then we already said the 11, right? 7 and 11. 722, like how can you build something? Like let's say you're working at a job, how can you build something that's gonna make more money for your business or whoever you're working with, or if you're your own boss. 22 has to do with building and destruction, so but you want to focus more on the building side. You don't want to focus on the destruction side. That's the negative side of the 22, by the way. And 33, you can research how to be influential. If you have a 7 life path, oh wait, no, you can't be. Never mind, I forgot the dates only go to 31. Sorry guys. But if you are a 33 life path but born in the 7, like you can research how to be influential. And again, the mouthpiece, because 3 and 3, the energy of 2 trees, that has the charisma right there, the mouthpiece. And 33 is an influential number. It's really influential, like Jesus died on the 33rd. That's what they say. 33 AD is when he died, supposedly. 33 Freemasonry. There's a lot of connections with 33s that from back then that people still talk about till now, that's connected to that number. But yeah, anyways guys, that's been my video today. Hopefully you learned something, and like you can look at other videos too about these life paths and stuff. Like that's a 7 trait you're researching, right? You can research more videos, go online, Google, do more research, stuff like that. This is what I'm saying from the top of my head. And yeah, hopefully this mic worked. I've been holding it, so hopefully it worked. But anyways guys, thank you. Like, share, subscribe. Next video will be on the 8 life path, which has to do with the money. All right.